Hello, everybody. Sorry for that bit of a delay there. I'm playing Single Dad tonight, and also we had. Chris's camera's still not on, so there's two of me right now. So Chris is having a little bit of technical difficulty.
My computer's 10 years old.
Yeah, and Scott's computer is 10 years old. So
it was hella good 10 years ago.
Yeah, you'll see Chris instead of my second face here in just a few minutes as soon as his computer starts working again. But until then, a few small announcements. Thank you all for joining us for this another exciting episode of Those Natural Ones. Before we get started, not tomorrow. What the hell? Next week, next Friday, the 26th, is our next in-person sitting around a table, rolling real dice, real legitimate D&D, the way God and Gary Gygax intended it. So make sure you mark it on your calendar to join us Thursday the 26th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Here at youtube.com/@thosenaturalones. Unfortunately, I still don't have Twitch working again this week. Probably going to have to finagle that over the next week. Hopefully by then we will be up and running on everything. We are live on TikTok as well, so thank you for those watching on TikTok. If you want the full experience, because right now you guys just see our Discord. That's all you guys get to see because reasons. So if you want the full experience, go over to
Live Studio.
Yeah, go over to youtube.com/@thosenaturalones to see the full experience. Other than that, Scott, it's your turn. Tell them about what's going on.
Hi, I'm Scott. There's lots of things going on in our world right now. We have 819 YouTube subscribers today, which is fucking amazing. We had a great week. 819 is also the chapter in the Texas Administrative Code and the title about social services that deals with civil rights, demands equal rights and opportunities for everybody, and we demand equal opportunity when it comes to the D&D stream environment. How do we get that? We need your support. Go to our Patreon and sign up. We demand it. Patreon.com/thosenaturalones. It's our favorite way to support the stream. There's many levels to choose from. Discord access at the base level. You can watch us share crazy gifts and inappropriate gifts and all those types of things. All the way up through advertising opportunities where we will basically read anything you pay us to, as long as it's not hate speech.
Yes.
So if you want to advertise your sloppy butthole, we will read about it, as long as you pay enough.
We have to solve illiteracy first.
Is that a product?
That was the next topic. Patreon.com/thosenaturalones. We're running out of time to solve the Those Natural Ones literacy problem. We said we would teach both Nick and Perry to read if we had 10 new patrons by the end of 30 days, and we only got like a week and a half.
Imagine how good
left.
this stream would be if the DM knew how to read.
Imagine how good the stream would be if we had full literacy instead of 75% literacy. Indeed. It would be amazing.
Thank you, Scott. Oh, I forgot to mention
Patreon.com/thosenaturalones.
Yes, I forgot to mention, unfortunately, Sam.
I forgot to do yet. You cut me off too early.
Sorry.
One of the levels is a weekly shout out to those patrons at a certain level or higher. So once again, thank you. Lesson 4, Ella Marlatt and Don Marlatt, for your continued support. Sweet. Back to you, DM. You may speak now.
Thanks for that. I forgot to mention Sam will not be here tonight. Unfortunately, she had a work engagement. And unfortunately, until you guys start paying our bills, work engagements take priority to D&D live streams. But patreon.com, YouTube subscribers, and eventually they won't anymore. Anyway, when not checking us out there, Emery, where else can they find us? And make sure your announcement is sweet.
Make sure my announcement. How am I supposed to follow? You know what? I'm gonna tell them where they can find us and slowly work our way back from the seeking equal visibility opportunities.
Mandy.
Demanding. We're asking a lot right now. When you're not watching us on YouTube, Twitch, when we get it working again.
I'm going to try something real quick. Actually, while you're saying that, I'm going to try one thing real quick. I'm going to let me know. I'm talking to you, Dad, because you're the only one who lets me know. Let me know if this goes choppy. I'm trying something real quick. I'm going to try shutting down Kick and Trovo and activating Twitch, because Twitch, let's be honest, there's a lot more people on Twitch than there is on Kick and Trovo.
We have people that pay us money through Twitch. So
Exactly.
yeah, we should probably go that one first. But
All right.
you got really fucking frozen there for a second.
All right. Well, let's see how this works.
Okay, so
You're like 2 frames per second right now, Nick.
I am?
Yeah.
Ooh, am I still? Oh, yeah, I am.
yeah,
Wow.
connection issues.
Encoding
So-
overloaded. Consider turning down video settings or using faster encoding presets.
Ooh,
You were fine for that little spiel.
Yeah, I'm not on the. Sorry, guys.
Oh,
I'm gonna drop Twitch again.
yeah. Reminding everyone that these are all issues and situations that can easily be remedied by becoming, our favorite people by subscribing to our Patreon. The other ways to support us are by watching us on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and Trovo. Guaranteed on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and Trovo, and, as long as they're working. You can also listen to the audio-only podcast wherever podcasts are sent out into the universe. You can also interact with us on Twitter. I was about to say Twitch again. On Twitter or X, if you're a billionaire simp. On Threads, which is where you ought to be instead of X/Twitter. You can engage with us on Facebook. And also with our very own Butch on Butch's blog on Tumblr. And you can also watch and like all of our little short form videos on our YouTube shorts and our TikTok. And you can also watch us streaming on TikTok, since we're doing that now.
Yes, we are. Oh, let's see.
Yeah, that's right.
Catch up? I think. Wait.
Oh?
Wait.
Oh,
Wait.
wait.
Wait. I think we're
like
good. Still choppy. Yes, I'm working on it, Dad.
Yeah,
Check it now,
actively
Dad.
working on it.
Check it now. Let me know. I think
Isn't he
it's
like
good.
28 seconds behind?
Yeah, he's like 25 seconds behind, so.
Oh, yeah, he might see that for a little bit.
Yep. So, okay, now, cool. We are live on Twitch and YouTube again. We are not live on Trovo
We're back.
or Kick. I'm gonna slowly start to incorporate those back in. But right now, we are live on Trovo or on Twitch, on YouTube, and on TikTok.
Do remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so that way you never miss an episode. And make sure when you hit the bell, you pick all and not personalized so that way you never miss our new episodes. Sound off in the comments.
Get in the comments.
Get in the comments. Share. Tell your friends. Any and all engagement helps us out a ton.
Indeed. Thank you for that, Emery. Sorry for everybody watching. That was extremely longer than it usually has, but so has everything been tonight because technical difficulties. Anyway, so I think that concludes everything. So we are going to go ahead and recap what happened last week. I did not get a recap written, so hopefully I can remember everything. Last week, you all continued your flight over the Feywild, canopies of the Feywild. Some of you noticed a small pond out in the distance, and through further investigation, found some illusionary magic that, when gazing into this pond, made the appearance of everything age significantly. Clothing became ragged, your skin became old and weathered. Gwen, being who she is, decided, why not touch it? And immediately saw her finger decay and took significant necrotic damage before removing her hand and flesh seeming to be perfectly fine once it was out of the water. You all decided to leave well enough alone and bugger the hell off because nothing good could come of that.
They buggered off.
You continued flying.
We took a couple vials of the liquid.
Ah, yes, you're right. You did take a couple vials of the liquid. I did forget about that. Thank you. You continued forward for a couple hours, I believe, before starting to hear that weird warbling noise out in the distance. Then you heard growls and like kind of canine barking. You came across another clearing with a small dwarven female running from 3 or 4 wolves, wolf-like creatures, uncanny valley wolves, as somebody put it, and a couple what looked like accursed treants or corrupted treants that took the shape of dying, decayed trees. Battle ensued, and you picked up your newest compatriot, one Ember, who was running from her imprisonment with the Twilight Coven. You made fairly quick work of the pursuing creatures before leaving and taking Ember with you back onto the Whispering Grace, where you continue heading towards the Twilight Coven. And that is where we will pick up. So, as you continue flying over the canopies, multicolored canopies of the Feywild, what would you all like to do?
So it's still the same day, right?
Yes.
We didn't. Okay.
You did not rest.
What time is it about? Internal clockwise.
Internal clockwise, you're probably early afternoon at this point. Probably maybe 1, 2 p.m.
Has Captain Sid invented a clock?
I'm sure he has a clock. Whether or not it works in the Feywild, though, is...
God, in the Feywild, it probably spins every which way.
But why would it do that?
The Feywild has times like hair past a freckle.
Yeah, all right, that's fair.
Tea time. Tea and biscuit time.
Make a new clock made of freckles and hair.
Brunch.
Yeah, brunch, definitely.
Brunch is just a time here.
So,
Of course, they could have time zones, where each zone is a different time, right? Because it doesn't change. Isn't it like brighter on one side and darker on the other or something?
hey, thanks, Keith, for the follow on TikTok.
Woohoo!
Hey. The exasperation that Elric feels at time not working how it should, the passage of like celestial bodies just being in a fixed state and the sky always being in the same position. It's like, this man has been through hell at least twice, but this place pisses him off more.
Well, I know there's at least one celestial body that you'll see moving, not across the sky, but going up and down the ship as I bring you food every so often.
Thank you, Butch.
Warm tea, warm heart.
Did you just call yourself a heavenly body?
I'm a cleric.
Oh, okay. It took a different meaning from that.
I mean, I'm not a bad looking
I was-
turtle. Thank you.
I was picturing Butchio on the cover of Tooth Romance?
Tusk Love. Oh, Tooth Romance
No,
is
that was-
our version?
that was-
Okay. Yeah, I got you.
That was the generic version.
I got you.
Oh no.
Tooth Romance. Fantastic. That is legally distinct, just like the cat.
No, I'm actually quoting their joke.
Oh,
They made that's what it is on their moon.
okay,
It's
never mind.
Tooth Romance.
Then
it hurts.
it's not legally distinct.
It's
It
not
is a
legally distinct.
complete ripoff.
I was tributing them.
Gotcha.
I
Okay.
think in Mesh
so-
we have shell love.
Wow. As you guys
I bet that's rank.
Hey.
as you guys continue
culture.
flying over this canopy,
It's like plastrons in paradise.
Jesus Christ.
Or in Paris. That'd be cool.
Would it though?
Somebody kill me.
All right, moving on. Ember, you find yourself on this odd ship with these odd creatures that just saved you, theoretically, so to speak. What are you feeling? What are you thinking at this moment?
I have questions, obviously, for the group. And then I also know that some of the information I have, given what they've said about their mission, would be valuable to them. But at this moment in time, I'm walking back and forth on the deck, making a mental aerial map so I can figure out where TF I am.
Go ahead and make me a survival check.
How?
How? Did you say how?
It is...
Under
yeah.
attributes.
Yeah.
Did you say survival?
Yes.
It'd help if I knew the alphabet.
Do we need to
You
sing
do
a
have the
song?
literacy campaign.
Oh my gosh, do we have another literacy project?
Oh,
Might-
Read, I just don't know
Might have to
letters.
push that up to
Oh,
20,
okay.
20 subs.
$17.
Where did it go? Why did it roll? Where did you roll it?
That must be the new dice. I saw it go under the log. Like it went across the map and then under the.
Oh, nothing
on my
showed.
screen.
Nothing showed up on my screen.
It was very fast.
In that case, it was a 20.
Oh, no, that's not.
Nice.
You said 17.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, without a problem, and you easily take a look around and notice a few landmarks and everything, and it's pretty easy for you to come up with a mental image and a mental map of where you are. You do notice the ship is currently pointing towards some very familiar large trees that you know of as where the coven held you captive.
Okay.
Fantastic.
How far away are they?
Are you you are probably still a good day and a half.
You said like. Oh, okay. I thought
day
it
and a
was
half or 2
3.
days of travel to them.
Assuming nothing else is going on, Orpheus is going to go to the front of the ship and attempt a short rest.
Okay, easy enough.
Butch is cooking, of course. Got to put in those hours
Fantastic.
and sample that food.
Arnon, Elric, what are you two doing?
Arnon is focusing on posting the Patreon. Sorry, I'm doing the weekly sheets and it's not uploading for some reason. But I'm like, I would just be brooding because I talked to Butch about the circle of trust tomorrow. So I'm holding off asking any questions until tomorrow.
The circle of trust.
Yeah, cast circle of trust.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. The truth circle or whatever.
Elric, what are you doing?
You know, I talked a whole lot about how our broody boys were probably going to be spending their time brooding and looking off into the middle distance. Like I wasn't going to do that myself, and you know, I totally wouldn't be doing that if I hadn't had a terrifying dream of a big old spider lady the night before.
Fantastic.
And just like not quite all the way towards the front of the ship, but maybe like off to the port side, and just kind of trying not to think about how Lolth is probably going to get me, trying not to think about how we may end up coming back home entirely too late to do anything and completely overrun by demons, trying not to think about eventually having to deal with a dragon that's undergone ceramorphosis and spewing out tadpoles with every breath. That's what it's trying not to think about. And he's failing miserably.
Fantastic.
But yeah, middle distance stare, just like, oh no.
If there is nothing else any of you would like to accomplish on this day, we can move forward to...
Not me.
What?
Not me.
Okay. Move forward, the rest of the day goes on without a hitch. Nothing really stands out as you all are taking turns staring off into the middle, far, close distance, however distance you want to say. Okay, so I see Orpheus's hit dies are rolling, so that's good.
That's for my short rest.
No, that's fine. I still haven't seen Ember's roll pop through, but I at least can see yours popping through, so. Yay, Foundry, we love you.
Maybe I'm not even here.
Maybe. It's a figment of our imagination. All right, so...
Oh god, it's worse than I thought.
Without any real issues, the rest of the day comes and goes. You all find your rest. They find you a rack somewhere on the ship, Ember. Place to... And for the first time in weeks, months, however long it's been, you finally can let your guard down and get an actual night's rest, feeling at least somewhat protected from these people who came to your aid. And this crew full of windy douches and legally distinct video game characters. So, you all...
Does the crew take care of watches while everybody sleeps?
Yeah,
we don't have to worry about that.
There's enough crew left here that there's always at least 2 people on active duty. There's always one person in the barrel keeping watch and one person at the wheel. At this point in the journey, it seems like the captain, Sid, and the first mate, Big Blue, have kind of taken opposite shifts at the wheel. One's sleeping while the other one's driving, and so on and so forth.
How does Big Blue see over the wheel? Does he have a little box?
He has a
or-
box.
Okay.
Someone found him a box.
Do not mention the box.
Don't mention the box.
He's
What's in the
so
box?
sensitive
Actually, you know what
about
happens?
his height.
Since this is a
What's in the fucking box?
You know what happens, actually? Since this is a living hull ship, when Blue walks up, the ship actually conforms to his needs, and a small platform of vines raises out the deck. Just you see the vines just kind of grow up into a platform that's and a couple steps that raise 2.5, 3 feet.
That's nice.
That is also how I can see over the rails.
There you go.
Nice.
So, as the night comes to a close, most of you, no issues through the night, no dreams, nothing, no visitors. The next morning comes, and you all rise from your beds. Somebody roll me a D100, please.
Do it. 26.
Yeah, I didn't see that roll either. What the hell?
I saw that one.
Yeah, I did not.
Fancy
That's
dice.
weird.
All right.
Gonna have to do some tech testing later.
So, I apologize for those watching. The rolls are not all showing up right now, so the little roll counter is not working for you. So, we'll get to that later, but as time goes by, each of you rise at your own specific time. The elves probably significantly earlier than the rest, as you only need your 4 hours of meditation. But another day in the Feywild, and the day and the ship is yours.
Okay, so I wasn't plagued by another dream from Lolth.
Not this night.
Okay, Elric comes to the conclusion that I cannot talk to anyone on the celestial plane ever again. This is the
They're
lesson I've learned.
watching. Fair.
Apparently, Lolth gets jealous.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. I'm probably going to talk to the gods at some point.
She's like, you can have a regular girlfriend, but I don't want to catch you talking to that angel chick again.
Like, maybe I just want to keep my spiritual options open. I don't know why you gotta be all up on me like that.
Don't put me in a box, man.
Pine box. Yep.
Well, I'll talk to Butch about casting a spell sometime after he's, satisfied after breakfast.
Yeah,
No,
we all
no.
got to eat. Breakfast is the
Don't want to cast on an empty stomach.
All right. So,
no, that'd be a
Or
terrible idea.
interrogate.
Butch, as you wake, I'm assuming your first place you're going is the galley.
No, the first place I'm going is probably the potty
Okay.
because we're all adults here.
You don't just.
Is
be
that
off
why
the
we
deck.
use the word potty? Because
Yeah,
we're all
well.
adults.
Sorry, I'm a dad.
I get it. I get it.
Butch is on the poop deck.
This is
I'm
clearly
a
a
tech.
this is a family show.
Clearly.
Clearly.
Sure. Yeah, after
Imagine some
morning,
poor creature
morning routine.
bottom of the Feywild is just getting
No.
remnants of the crew rained upon them.
Oh no!
Oh man.
Damn it! That's
Yeah, no.
twice. I want some butts.
No butts, only plastron.
So after you go to the potty,
Morning routine. Go make sure everyone's getting fed.
you enter the galley, the familiar routine that you've done, and you see Miri in there. Make me a perception check, actually, Butch.
Uh-oh. Ba-ba-ba-ba. All right. Come on, Foundry. You can do it.
I'm not sure it can right now.
I don't know. It's got a little circle going dot 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 dot.
Maybe that is your perception check.
Your perception check is so bad you can't even see the dice.
Oh,
Put his
no.
perception check in the player stream chat.
Join us on Patreon, or become a Patreon member if you want to see the player stream chat. Apparently, my player stream chat is suffering from the same thing as Perry's dice roll because I just have a spinning circle.
There we go. Guess I hit return too many times.
Yeah, I still can't see it, so you're just gonna have to tell me what it is.
First one was a 9, then
It's
I rolled a 20. Then
it's
a
the
15.
community, like, the little note.
Yeah.
Oh, his roll. Right. I thought we were talking
With a
about important things
9.
like gifts.
9. I guess I'm focused on
There's some really good smells coming from that galley, but
fantastic.
nothing that you recognize, but something smells like almost resembling like a bacon aroma of cooked bacon. As you walk into the galley, you notice steam and smoke coming from a large like griddle area behind one of the counters there, as Miri's just kind of frantically, it kind of sounds like you're in a hibachi restaurant with like the ting 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 of knives and spatulas and everything just frantically smacking against the griddle.
Mary, it smells amazing in here. Is that the fish?
Yes, actually it is. I found if you slice it very thin, it actually fries up.
It smells like beef.
Actually, fries up very similar to bacon, certain parts.
Fish smells like
Ooh,
beef.
fish bacon.
Smells
Goldfish
like
bacon.
beef.
Goldfish bacon. If you would like to have a seat, I'll bring you a plate.
I'm here to help though.
Oh, sure. If
Put
you
me
would
to
like.
work.
There's some, for lack of a better term, eggs over there. If you wouldn't mind cracking them and like maybe mixing in a couple of herbs and everything to
Right.
mix it up, make kind of like a scramble.
What do I roll to scramble?
Go ahead and make a dexterity check.
Oh no.
You can just make it up. He won't know what it is. He can't see it.
This is the honor system.
Just gotta trust him. You know, just trust it.
Just trust him.
17.
Nice. Without an issue. You walk back behind the counter there, and you see a basket sitting back behind the counter in the back of the galley. There's kind of like storage compartments there with a few barrels and a few crates and a couple little cabinets and shelves and everything. And on the top of one, you find a basket with these, like, at first, they look like stones. Most of them are different shades of, like, gray, and they're kind of coarse, different sizes. Anything from the smallest one looks about the size of a chicken egg to the largest one, which is about the size of, like, a cantaloupe. Varying shades of gray, varying textures. They feel very, very dense. You kind of knock on one, and it almost sounds like a rock.
Ooh.
But these are the closest things that you can see back there that would resemble eggs.
Okay. Let's do this.
All right, so
I
you
bring the egg out to the countertop and grab the appropriate knife to open this thing. Or do we need... Mary, should I use a knife or a mallet?
you're probably going to want to use a mallet. They're a little tough.
All right.
So yeah.
I'll grab the mallet. I tested. Is it balanced for throwing?
Is the mallet balanced for throwing? I mean,
I'm
not,
trained in simple and martial weapons, so I would know.
you felt better. There's definitely, this thing was not designed as a weapon, but it would work in a pinch.
Okay. She's doing cool hibachi stuff, so I'm gonna go ahead and give the mallet a flip to try and catch it and look cool too.
Go ahead and make another dexterity check.
Okay.
Or this can be acrobatics if you'd like.
So dexterity.
Same thing, yeah, for you.
What do you mean? Oh, I forgot the roll. What? Hold on, I can brain. 10.
10. You throw it up and kind of juggle it for a second, but then you're able to catch it. With a 17 of your dexterity check beforehand, yeah, you're able to knock, you crack the edge of it with the mallet, pour it into a bowl, grab a whisk and everything, and pretty deftly whisk these things up. Now, are you just
Excellent.
doing the eggs, or are you going to try and add stuff to them?
Mary, you want me to add anything to this?
See what you can find.
Okay, these are in a medium low heat. I'll go look for stuff. Shall I be investigating? Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Harry, you've got it set to public roll, right?
I haven't got my character sheet to do anything. Or did that do the thing? There we go. A 19 on my investigation?
Nice.
What?
So, looking through the cabinets and everything, you do find, at first you find a small container of what you're pretty confident is like some kind of salt. It's pinkish purple in hue, but you kind of like sniff it and everything, and it has a very salty smell. You kind of put your finger in, and it's definite salt. So you find that. You do find a couple green vegetables, herbs that smell very similar to a like a dill, but kind of like a mix between a dill and a chive.
Mmm.
And then a few other things that you don't think would be very good in eggs.
All right. Let's do this. First two, the good ones.
All right, so you grab those, put them in,
Just a little, not a lot.
just a little, not a lot.
I have learned from my mistakes.
And let's see. Go ahead and make me a.
Oh, no.
What would this be?
Survival, cook out in the woods.
Yeah, we'll say
History to remember all the instructions she's given me.
survival for cooking. Go ahead and make a survival check.
13.
They're a little grittier than you would like, but they look good. They smell good.
Grittier? Oh no. Okay.
You've never worked with this type of egg before. You think you might
That's
have.
fair.
You might have like overcooked it a little bit, but it still smells great.
Mary, did something in here crystallize? What is that? Is that sand?
No, it's not sand. It's just these eggs. If you don't cook them at the right temperature, they tend to. The curdles are little. The curds tend to be very, very fine, and it's not quite as fluffy. It's more of a grittier texture. They're still.
Well, I feel bad
edible.
for everybody with teeth.
It's a bit nutty.
So the rest of you joining, or are you still doing your own things?
Yeah, I'll eat the eggs that clean my teeth as I eat
Fantastic.
them.
It's a 2-in-1. It's like crest and eggs together. Oh, gross.
So omelet equivalents with bacon equivalents. It's not
Yes.
bad.
Just kind of scrub your teeth while you eat them.
Yeah. So yeah, you all enter and find your appropriate seats. Are you all sitting together, or are you spread out throughout the galley?
Orpheus
I'm
is
gonna
good.
sit next
Would
to
join the
Butch
rest of the
and
group.
not talk to him.
You're sitting next
I'm
to.
not gonna.
You're sitting
I'm
next.
not gonna look at him either.
You're sitting next to Butch, and you're not talking or looking at him.
Right.
Gotcha.
I'd say with the group.
I'm gonna sit near the stove where it's nice and warm, so when the sandpaper cleans my teeth, I'll have that warmth to comfort me.
Fantastic.
Arnon, you sleep okay?
Yep.
Oh, I mean, meditate. Oh, what do elves call it again?
Meditate.
Trance.
You know, I kind of sleep sometimes.
Sure.
Some from the streets.
Ulrich with us.
Elric, have you joined?
Oh, yes, I've definitely joined.
Fantastic.
What about you, Elric? Any disturbing dreams tonight?
And I will happily report that my dreams did not include an oversized spider woman. Thankfully.
Spider Woman.
I don't think I was there when you told everyone what did she say?
I'm struggling to remember, but
No, that's okay.
I got the distinct impression that she was after me.
But it felt like a prophetic dream.
I'm not so keen to interpreting dreams, unfortunately.
Well, I could always ask the Lady of Dreams if it was a real dream or just a bad dream. I mean, a prophetic dream, or I think you know what I mean.
Anybody else think it's convenient? And he looks over at our new partner. That he started having these dreams just before we met this one.
Dun dun dun.
No, she's a
Suspicious
dwarf.
glares all around.
Well, that's
If
right.
she-
Butch doesn't like dwarves.
If
No.
she were a dwergar, that would
But
be
they're not.
one thing.
They're not Loth worshippers.
Which doesn't like dwarves or humans. He finds himself among a great party.
Hmm.
So it's only Loth worshipping dwarves that you have issue with?
Do the Dwargar worship Loth?
I think everybody down there does because they have to.
Really?
Somewhere between worship and find themselves in either escaping from or in servitude of.
Nick, I'd like to roll religion to see if this comports with my understanding.
Sure, go for it.
It doesn't comport. It doesn't comport.
I got an 11.
Error.
I mean, Loth studies were never your forte.
No.
Loth studies. It's like,
Loth Studies 101.
You
it's like a
slept.
sub of women's studies.
You slept through that lecture.
No.
I think that was one of my electives in college.
Advanced Loth studies.
Yeah,
That's,
you're not
501.
that familiar with anything related to Loth. I mean, you know who she is. You know a few stories about her, but you're not.
I guess we could always just ask her.
That's true.
Ask who?
Ember?
So Amelia, uh, it's coming to me. It's coming to me on the tip of my tongue.
Orpheus, think of the remnants of a fire.
Suddenly, the captain from the other the other room is slightly aroused.
I say fire, and it's like for some reason. It
Oh
just
no, I meant
activates
from
it.
what Orpheus was saying.
Oh,
I didn't say that E word.
Ember, you said you were from Conticaria, which is a territory that Gwen and I passed through. And would you mind if I cast a zone of truth to ensure that no one here can tell a lie?
The zone of truth cover the whole group?
It would include all of us.
Well, that would benefit me too, so I don't mind at all.
Hey, I can
I know
see
the counter
that.
spell though, and I
Well,
sit
that's 10 minutes.
with my fingers like this under the table,
Works every time.
so it doesn't apply to me.
you're gonna counterspell a zone.
Counter spell.
You can't
I mean,
triple,
this is my
triple
red-
stab a double
Must be
stab.
protection.
Anyone who wants to roll a resist, make a charisma savings throw.
Oh, that's my speciality.
It is.
Oh no!
I'm not resisting.
All right, so you feel
Orpheus is
this.
going to resist because he has feelings that he doesn't want exposed accidentally.
Orpheus is trying to resist.
Yeah. Say charisma save.
Yes.
Do it.
It's a zone of truth, not lasso of truth.
Hey, I'm a DC fan. I know how this works.
I'm sorry, you're like terrible things.
Hey, James Gunn is going to save us, okay?
Okay,
They're hiring
sure.
here in Ohio.
Oh no. Okay, that was weird.
Cross your fingers.
Sorry, everybody. My TikTok disconnected for a second, so then it sounded like a cell phone was going off.
Kitake? Is it a kitake?
All right.
Thank you, TikTok.
Does a 16 succeed?
It does not.
Nope, sorry.
So you
so-
also, Butch, would you like to explain what your zone of truth looks like to everybody around there?
Yes. From my holy symbol amulet, it's like a curtain of gentle moonlight falls over all of us and then settles down until it's just barely visible.
And you feel this magical wave of energy come over you, and suddenly,
Is it like a weighted blanket?
a little bit,
No.
suddenly
Does it
you
smell?
are Jim Carrey and Liar Liar. So.
The pen is blue.
God damn, pen is blue!
Stop breaking the law, asshole.
You're
I
in
don't
the
need a
liar liar
curse.
zone.
To tell people that.
So, just to clear the air, we should probably go around and introduce ourselves again, just to make sure. I'm Butch, Butch Deadlift, and I'm a cleric to Sunny Moonbow. Yes, that's. Oh, I'm Total from Mesh, which you've probably heard of. And no, things aren't great there. With the war, I mean, I miss Mesh actually a lot.
Very swampy.
It is. That is very true, Arnon. Thank you for participating.
But they don't know what swamp ass is, so don't ask.
Well, I'm sure the elves do, right? That's an elf problem.
That's what you tell me.
Swamp ass is an elf problem.
Yeah, that's canon.
I guess we're going to go with it.
It was established quite early in the stream.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the. What are the frog people? Wait, butcher.
Grung.
I'm not sure if the grung have that problem, or the. Come on, kitty cat people.
Tabaxi.
Right, the tabaxi, or the lizard folk. I don't know. I
think
just
they-
know for the elves it's a problem.
I'm pretty sure the Grung have permanent swamp bats.
Oh no.
They have to like sit in a bucket for an hour every day just to
Pretty
refresh.
sure there's
their
a
swamp bats.
famous grung bard that sang an entire album about swamp ass.
Okay, guys, the spell only lasts 10 minutes. So
Yeah, I was going to say it's only 10 minutes spell.
Yeah, we should probably
Pass
complete
the
these
swamp ass.
introductions. Oh my god.
Hi, I'm Arnon.
You don't need to know my name. Suspicious glares.
Remember, I'm new here.
My name, as I'm sure you've heard people say about 1,000 times already, is Elric.
but I like to call Elric Fireball.
Why?
Because he's bringing it. He's bringing it. He's bringing his
He's
bag.
really good with fireballs.
Yeah, especially against his allies.
That happened exactly one time.
It wasn't
It
against
happened
us.
twice in the same day.
He has a
Gwen,
valid
my
You're
point.
sure
always
those
supposed
fingers
to
are
say the
dirty.
truth in here, Elric.
Okay, that happened exactly one time on purpose.
Yeah, and Gwen is standing there,
Wait, that
kind
was
of,
on purpose?
kind of rasping her fingers together, and she's like, "I'm Gwen. I'm also from Mesh. I came with Butch. Druid. I like mushrooms.
Her fingers are dirty.
Yeah, her fingers. You notice her fingers are black down to like the second knuckle, like just like permanent stains on all of the fingers.
Is that mushrooms or the swamp ass?
Yes.
It's from digging in this. I'm sorry.
It's probably dead things.
Zone of truth. I can't say that.
Right, well, I guess since we're in the zone of truth, can we just get rid of the elephant in the room?
Yes?
Are
We shouldn't get rid of the ring.
you? You said you were a prisoner of the Twilight Coven.
Yes, I was held captive.
Against your
Ooh.
will.
Yes.
Have you ever worked for the Twilight Coven or been associated with them in any way, past or in the future?
Being
Answer
that
the
I have
question.
to answer this honestly, there's some semantics at play here. So yes, I have worked for them
As a prisoner or willfully?
as a prisoner.
Oh, that's under
Duress.
Yes. Elric, smartest elf in the room.
Are you currently under any magical effect or other forms of coercion by the Twilight Coven?
Not by the Twilight Coven, no.
Or by anybody else for that matter.
No.
Oh.
Huh.
Well, she's kind of under it from us right now.
I guess that's fair. Yeah.
Who counterspelled?
Technically.
Did you cross your fingers when Witch cast a spell?
I crossed my toes.
Uh-oh.
Oh my
That's a talent. Must have a high dexterity.
And because of the zone
Poor
of truth,
thing.
it really happened.
Those are dwarf
Thing.
toes, too. They must be stubby. Hard to cross.
Everything
All right.
about me is stubby.
So what kind of cleric are you?
I am a nature cleric. I
For
am
a
one with
particular
the
god?
earth. Yes, I worship Moradin. I hope I'm pronouncing correctly.
I think so, yeah.
Religious question.
Yes.
Wait, who is Nick speaking for? Gwen?
Yes, but right
Oh,
now I was just speaking as the DM but when I
Sure,
said
sure.
yes to you.
Is it true that all hill dwarves worship the same deity?
We are all the same clan, and almost all dwarves worship Moradin.
Okay.
Is the creator of the dwarves.
Huh. Neat. Thank you.
Do you have enough to trust me, or
Oh, how did you come to be in the Feywild?
I have no idea. I was meditating at my home in not Koala.
Cocalia.
Thank you. I was meditating at my
Not
home
koala.
in the woods.
I'm sorry. I heard nut koala, and I'm like,
Not koala.
Not koala!
It's in my head as koala, but I know enough to know that it's not koala.
It's Coco Alia. Delicious place.
I'm concerned that you called my home delicious.
Well, I enjoy food, and we traveled through there. Many weeks spent in Cocalia, and I did enjoy eating there.
Well, I lived by myself in the woods, so I ate mostly like lizards and mushrooms and whatnot, so I'm sure the culinary delights of my home you're more familiar with than I am. Oh, I was meditating, as I often do, multiple times a day, normally uneventfully, and then I had this very vivid vision where I was walking down the Great Hall, and Moradin was there, and he was taking his gigantic hammer and banging it on stone and steel, and every time his hammer hit the stone and steel, I moved somewhere else. First, I was in a city that looked like a ring, and then I was floating across an endless ocean, and then I was on a barren red earth with a really bright sun. And every time the clang went, I seemed to have gone to a different dimension. But then when I went to the one where it was just a forest with really brilliant trees, I didn't get to go back. I was just stuck. I was almost immediately captured. So I'm not sure what kind of mission this is from Moradin, but he told me in this vision that I needed to join the war, and maybe that means join you guys.
Whoa.
so every one of these movements happened as the hammer struck.
Yes.
Orpheus looks over at Butch. Is your spell still working?
You're fat and nobody likes you. Yep, it is.
You son of a bitch. That is... I can't even begin to describe the strangeness of that story. Being moved at his behest with each hammer strike. How does that even work?
Heard the
The
full
previous-
story. You see Orpheus kind of soften and his shoulders kind of drop a little bit. Let his guard down a little bit. For now.
The primary vision of being in the hall and then the subsequent different dimension visions, they seemed like visions. And I fully expected to hear another clang and wake up back home. And I guess I still am hoping for a clang to happen so I can go home. I don't understand how that last clang left me physically here.
Well, if you were captured, I should save that for after the zone is over.
While we're in the zone, I was hoping to get something from you as well.
Fine. My name is Orpheus.
It wasn't
Thank you,
that.
Orpheus.
I was hoping that this group could promise me two things while we're here in the zone of truth. First of which is that yesterday you had mentioned that when we are done with our missions, you would help me get home. So I was hoping that you could promise that you would make all of your good faith efforts to make sure that you were good on that word, that I could get a ride home afterwards.
Like home back to our
Not koala.
plane. Okay. Yeah, I'm cool with giving you a ride home.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, ultimately, it's up to the captain.
Hey,
I don't
Fred, you
see a
found it.
reason-
Thanks, buddy.
I
The
can't think of
second
any
thing-
reason he wouldn't.
The second thing I was hoping to get a solid promise / oath on here is that if I do go with you into battle with the Twilight Coven and I am taken capture again, that you would save me from that fate and not just abandon me there.
Given that our mission is to eliminate the Twilight Coven, hopefully this will not be anything that might come to pass.
Agreed. Having been captured by them previously, I do not wish to go back into capture. Was not pleasant.
Well, we're planning on not leaving them alive to capture anyone. So
I would not be comfortable leaving you in there.
This is not a mission where we plan for them to exist after it.
Well, then I am satisfied with the 10 minutes of Zone of Trust. Elric looks not so sure.
I mean, to say nothing of
God damn it.
the only way we would break that promise is if we die in the trying to kill them. Ember, do you have someone waiting for you at home?
No, do not. Do have some forest animals that I've taken as pets, and I don't know how they're getting their food and their baths, and just am very attached to my life back there.
It's fair.
I'm going to look to our druid for a moment and then look back to you and say, that's reason enough. That's expectation enough. We're definitely going to get you back home. Or
Just
dying to
don't know
try.
when.
So at this point, Gwen kind of pipes up. She's like, "So I have a question. You were captured by them. We don't really know anything about the Coven other than stories from a very, 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 very long time ago. We're kind of going in blind. Is there any information you can give us that might give us a little bit of a upper hand, or at least let us know what we're going into?"
Yeah, I was going to ask about that after we got all the pleasantries out of the way as well.
Yes. Having been held captive for weeks, maybe even months, I do have quite a bit, I think, of information that I think would benefit the team, and I will willingly give that to you as a repayment of the debt of you saving my life yesterday. So, whatever questions you have,
I guess we'd like to know what kind of forces they have there, kind of defenses, what kind of patrols, anything that's going to help us in our incursion.
What do they look like? Do they have names?
I do not know their names. But I can tell you that there are 5 of them. 5 of the witches, and they have various, like, underling beasts, like the dog things that we saw yesterday.
There's 5 of them.
5 of them. That
Are
I
they-
encountered.
Are they hags or elves or?
I'm not familiar enough with the creatures in the Fae to answer that question. I don't know.
Well,
I
if
can
they
tell
didn't-
you.
Mhm.
Do they ever separate? Can we isolate one?
They did separate while they were keeping me captured, but I am not aware of the way that they would act under siege. But
And
in
we're definitely going to put them under siege.
The zone of truth is definitely ended. Just
it's okay.
want to put that out there.
We'll say that this has gone. You still have like 2 or 3 minutes left.
Okay,
You guys did a lot of bullshitting at the.
that's fair.
So we're
Yeah,
not
we
playing
did.
the 10 minutes as actual
okay.
time.
Okay.
How many people, like, how big of a town is this? Like, how many people there?
So it's their settlement is like a small commune of like houses and bridges and like platforms that are up at the very tippy tops of some very, very tall trees. And then at the base of these trees are in a circle, what my people back home would call a fairy ring of trees. At the bottom, there's a stone wall, which is what I was helping to make while I was held captive because the stones were apparently bewitched, so the witches could not move them, but a dwarf could. I don't know if I was like sent to this dimension to do that, but I can show you where the weakest part of the wall is. And I can describe to you, if you like, the creature that was guarding me.
All of that
Creature.
would be very helpful.
The creature that was what?
Guarding me.
Oh, okay. My audio cut out for you. Thank you. What did they have guarding you? And how many other prisoners were there?
I did not meet any other prisoners, but I would imagine they would have had to have quite a few in the past. The work that I was working on was incompletely done when I got there and incompletely done when I escaped.
Do you think they had other ones before you, but none while you were there? Or you were kept
I
away
didn't
from
see
them?
any.
Okay.
I had no friends.
Some of us like that word. Some of
Okay,
us do.
so there's probably other prisoners. Do not burn the place down outright.
Sorry, Ulrich.
Got it.
Make sure you write that down so you remember.
This is usually against my strategy, but maybe we should try to sneak in through this weak spot in the wall and isolate the witches as much as possible before we attack them.
I had a question about the sneakiness, though. Are we doing anything to mask the sight of our boat? Or are they just going to see us coming and it won't matter?
You bring up a good point. The ship could be a good distraction.
Either we use the boat as a distraction or we make for land far before we get anywhere close and go in on foot.
So I was wondering if we should sneak in and just kill the witches, or if we need to do incursions to take out their supporting soldiers.
Yeah,
So
as in
we don't get jumped in
Yeah.
fighting them.
Isn't there a sniper aboard the Whispering Grace? Elric?
Sniper aboard the Whispering. Is that the ship that we're on right now?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a terrible
Yeah,
name, but that's it.
yeah. The sniper. You mean? And I point straight up to the crow's nest.
Uh-huh.
No one did you expect?
Yes, we do have a sniper.
Wait, his name is really Wendy?
Windy with an I.
He spells Wendy with an I?
Yeah.
Okay.
We didn't get enough patrons.
Oh my god.
I mean,
his name is Drift. His name is Drift.
all right, so,
Everyone just calls him Windy Douche.
I mean,
It's a
if we,
descriptive
shouldn't.
name.
Didn't you break his gun?
I didn't break it. I
Temporarily broke it.
I temporarily had a mishap.
Don't forget, you are still in the zone of truth.
Did I actually? Okay, breaking it isn't the phrase that I would use, but it didn't work after I used it. Yeah.
Broke it in a motherfucker.
I'm just saying, we pull up to the town, since we have Drift Wendy, then we could maybe take out some guards or sentries or whatever.
Ember, does the town, does it receive visitors regularly? Would we be obvious?
There would be no way for me to know that.
Not really. You were never really brought into like, and town is a very gracious term. This was basically like a collection of tree houses, and you would never have been brought into like the proper area to see whether or not there was any guests or visitors.
How many tree houses?
I saw 3 that I could count where I was.
We still have Zone of Truth up.
It's up for probably another minute.
Elric, how do you really feel about Arnin's Nefarious Adventure League?
I hate it with every fiber of my being. It has been the one thing that has almost made me become a 10th general. There are times when I think...
I don't think your spell's working, Butch.
There are times when I think maybe I should throw more fireballs centered on myself, assuming you all are around.
Amber, Zone of Truth, how do you feel about Arnin's Nefarious Adventure League as a team name?
Oh, no.
I love it.
Oh, no.
Elric, I think you're outvoted again.
Rhett was a big
Actually-
fan of Anal as well.
I think we should all get it tattooed on our butts.
Elric has a really good spot to start that tattoo.
No, absolutely not.
Zone of Truth, would you go for Sneaky Cheeks?
That would be more appropriate for an ass tattoo.
Would it though?
That was
Would it though?
I'm gonna fill out an application with Tativolis tomorrow.
That zone of truth is rough. Immediate suspicion.
I just got this image of Tativlis sitting behind a desk with a stack full of resumes. Like, so where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I see myself
Not on
as
Sneaky Cheeks.
the right hand of Asmodeus.
I feel like he would have the best like catch you questions, you know, the ones to
Yeah.
test how you think. Like How do they get the M&Ms without a flat spot anywhere, you know? I think he would have the best questions like that.
Anyway,
Like, now that's a trick question. There are no flat spots on M&Ms.
Yeah, that's an interview question. Like, how do they do
you have
it?
about 30 seconds left of Zone of Truth.
What's an M&M?
Oh my god.
It's like a W and W, but backwards, upside down.
It's a confection from a far-off world that we'll never experience.
Did you ever encounter
I don't
Top
know. If you use the amulet again, we might.
What did you say, Orpheus?
What?
Did you ever encounter Top Hum?
I'm not familiar with what top hum is.
There are a bunch of gnomes that fly on hummingbirds.
They're mavericks.
No.
They really buzzed the crow's nest when they came the first time.
I guess they really don't work for the Twilight Coven.
I don't know whether that's
To this,
comforting or more frightening.
Gwen pipes up. Not to interrupt all of this incredibly useless conversation, but did you say something about a beast that was guarding you?
I did, yes.
What kind of beast?
It was dragon-like, but not a dragon. It was maybe 40 to 50 feet in length, and it had this like snake-like body and like long, dangly arms, and it tracks your movement with more than just its sight. Like you can't just blind it and then be away from it. And I have no idea what it is, but I couldn't control it with any of my animal spells. And it makes this. It's got these gigantic, like bulbous, grotesque eyes, and it makes this noise that burrows into your head that's somewhat like a Thanksgiving turkey. It like warbles. It's like
I can't believe that
And
got my
it's-
fourth grade teacher to guard you. Unbelievable.
I hope she's not watching.
Yeah. Your fourth grade teacher is probably subscribed on Patreon and on Twitch and being super supportive right now, and you just canned her, ruined her.
And it require a refund. Demand it.
Oh god. A lot of demands going around right now. Okay. That sounds like a monster if your animal spells didn't work.
Sounds big enough for a ballista. Orpheus strokes his chin.
That would depend on us being able to shoot it from far enough.
The warbling sound that gets inside your head, it's very disorienting. And while it's on, it's just very hard to concentrate and do whatever it is that you're trying to do.
Do I
Escape.
recognize this beast?
Go ahead and make a history check. Since you're in the Feywild, I'll give you advantage because of Blood Hunter bullshit.
Butch has advantage on beast knowledge.
It's not
19.
a beast. They just said it's not a
Oh.
beast. You said 19?
Yeah.
You have not come across something like this in your studies. Feywild was kind of you kind of slept through Feywild. You were more
Obviously.
into fiends and undead.
Yeah.
So you have not encountered a creature like this.
Sounds kind of like Elric's bird.
However, with your history of
Somebody tried
19,
to summon a dragon.
you would say
Edgar's gonna take offense to that.
with a history check of 19, I will say that you start thinking of all the weird sounds you kept hearing in the background ever since you got here. The warbling noises that you were hearing, that you were trying to figure out if it was something you were familiar with or not.
It occurs to me that my raven familiar has the power of mimicry. with my familiar having been around at least for most of our time here, would he be able to mimic that sound?
That's a tough one because it was only with the extremely high perception checks when Arnon or Gwen heard it.
And I mimic it.
Ember, do you think
You can
could draw
attempt.
it
You can try.
if we gave you the supplies?
You
Sure, I could draw. Sure.
do a performance check, Arnon, to see if you can mimic the word.
Does it sound like this? That's an 8.
That's an 8. Ember, no, it doesn't
Oh,
sound
God,
like
make
what
it
he's
stop.
doing at all.
Did I quit about
She just makes some totally different bird noise.
cacaw?
Boggle, boggle, boggle.
I guess it's not my 4th grade teacher then.
Damn it.
Who has the paints?
Oh.
Who has the paints right now?
Elric has the paints, the marvelous pigments.
Yes, I do.
All right, can you give her the marvelous pigments and see if she can draw it on the wall here?
Do I have to roll for anything on that?
Yes, roll a performance check to see how well you can paint.
Yeah.
Get better than an 8.
We'll see what happens.
14.
14.
Hey, I saw her roll.
I didn't, still.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I saw it.
I did.
I didn't have my head up. I don't know.
14.
What you see, what she draws, it's not fantastic.
Rude.
A stick figure dragon.
Yeah, kind of. Hold on one second. I'm trying to find a good image to use. Give me a minute. What you see is an S body and
It's a Trogdor?
that's what I was going for, but I couldn't remember the words. One buff arm. Consummate V's. That's what I was trying to remember what he said about the V's.
Fantastic.
Consummate V's.
It is real.
Oh, this is good. This is a good one. This, I'm going to put this in.
Consummate fees. I said consummate.
Yeah. This in the stream chat for what the drawing looks like. Not Trogdor. That's kind of what the drawing looks like.
Ooh, so basically
Like a
Trogdor.
mermaid dragon. Merfolk dragon.
Yeah.
It looks like it
we
needs
need
to
to
be
give-
put out of its own misery.
We need to give Cassandra access to the fan server and Discord. I forgot to do that. Can somebody send her a
Okay.
link?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I figure out.
We keep talking about things in the fan server, and then I just realized that you can't see anything that we have in the fan server or the stream chat. So that's more or less what she draws for you. I'll put it in regular chat too for now, just so you can see. That's more or less what the drawing looks like.
The fun thing about Marvelous Pigments is that once you're done, it just comes out as like a cutout.
Yeah.
There's the fan server Discord right below it.
Yeah, so you have this little cutout, like a 2D image of this creature now.
Somebody probably has to give her access, though. I don't know if I can.
You should be an admin.
I should.
You'll have to go in and hit the little. I think you have to do the like welcome thing where you have to react
There we
to
go.
the server rules or whatever. All right,
Yeah.
but
She's
anyway,
in.
so as this drawing happens, we're gonna go ahead and take our break because I gotta get my other kid to bed. So give us hopefully only like 10 minutes. Hopefully it's not too long. If it is, I apologize. My wife's out of state right now, so I'm doing everything myself. So give us a little bit of time. We'll be right back. And we are back. Thank you all for sticking with us. And right before we left, Ember just drew this crude drawing of some sort of Trogdor-esque creature.
Everyone's a critic. Thanks, voice in my head.
Hashtag Trogdor.
As you're all standing around looking at this now two-dimensional, technically three-dimensional cardboard cutout of this weird, lanky dragon creature. What do y'all do?
I'm actually eating more of those sandpaper eggs at the moment.
Fantastic.
Sandpaper
Don't know what that
eggs.
is, but I hate every bit of it.
That's probably like somebody's cat. Here, right?
House cat.
My God, I'm done with the Feywild. I am already done with the Feywild.
Butch, did you cook this?
Which part?
That's all I needed to know. Orpheus pulls out his jerky and starts nibbling.
Oh my gosh,
He
no!
gets
The
up and
eggs,
leaves the table.
At this
the eggs
point,
are good.
Zone of Truth has fallen.
Yeah.
No, I didn't cook those.
Mary did it.
Every time just chewing into the grainy eggs whenever there's a grain, Elric will just very just kind of spit it out, just like
It's like the Christmas vacation family dinner with the dry turkey.
oh, okay, that wasn't a dried turkey, that was a dried turkey balloon.
Ew.
It's like
Otherwise, great job, Butch.
Thanks. They're not exactly the eggs we're used to.
no, they are not.
It's about this
I
point.
like the salt though.
It's about this point I need every single person to make a strength saving throw.
Oh right.
Why?
About to get wild.
Is this the 26 finally coming to kick us in the ass?
Maybe.
Probably.
Strength saving throw?
Yes.
Just so you know, Elric or Emery, above board.
That's a
I got an error
15.
message when I rolled. And I think that's probably part of the issue. I couldn't snap a shot of it because it was real quick, but that's probably why you can't see the dice.
Ember got an 8.
So you can see her rolls?
Yeah.
Everybody can see them except for you.
I'm the one who needs
23.
to see them. Let me try.
We can
I haven't
see
seen
everyone
anything on my
else's
end
rolls.
I
either.
saw Butch's dice, but it's not in the activity log.
Yeah.
I can
can't
only
see
see
shit.
my stuff.
Yes,
I'm
same Butch.
refreshing
Well,
my.
only
I'm
Em-
refreshing my. Hey, now I see them. I refreshed my Foundry.
I will do this also.
I rolled a 26, but if you can't see it.
Well, I see. Yeah, 26 for Orpheus, a 8 for Ember, a 20 for Elric, a 23 for Butch.
Yeah.
So, anyone, actually, it would just be Ember. Well, all of you feel it as you feel suddenly your momentum shift as you feel the ship what feels like the ship slamming into something. Tables go flying, ass over tea kettle, goes Ember out of her chair, kind of onto the ground. Chairs, tables, dishes clatter and clank in the kitchen. And you just feel this whole, almost like you just slammed into a brick wall.
Is Gwen okay?
Oh. That's a good question. I forgot to do Gwen's.
I mean, that's just Butch's first reaction. Is
Sure.
Gwen okay.
She just crawls like a spider on the wall.
You can give me. Oh, I've still got control of her.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Do you want
Does she
to
turn
do
into a bird or something?
strength saving throw for her real quick?
Yeah.
Hey, there, it's working. Okay,
That's a
Gwen
6.
and Ember go flying out of their seats, crashing onto the deck. Not enough to, like, cause any injury, but you do find yourselves now laying on the deck of the galley.
What the hell was that?
Suddenly you hear from above the deck, you hear the captain's voice yell, all hands! You might want to get up here.
Not up there.
What's this?
I run up there.
Like how our glorious leader
Oh, yeah.
gives the option. You might want
I'll
to.
go ahead and as I'm running up there,
All hands on deck
Cast-
if you feel like it.
alacrity and activate the sword and put my crimson right on it.
Orpheus follows him.
You make it to the top of the ship, and what you see, anyone who makes it up there, what you see is the front of the ship is almost those where all the vines connected is almost splayed open against just a shimmering field of translucent, almost like rainbow-esque, like iridescent, almost looks like an oil slick in the water of just air.
Okay, so we either crash into Space Ghost or Wonder Woman.
Do we have insurance on this thing?
Only in another dimension.
Practically stole this fucking ship, so probably not.
Wonderful.
I think there goes
kinda
the
killed
element
our
of
insurance
surprise.
How come
And
my
you
long
notice-
rest didn't get rid of my concentration on
I don't know. And you notice the ship is now, you kind of look over the edges, the ship is completely stationary, pressed up against this invisible barrier almost with, like I said, the front of the ship, all the vines and everything are almost splayed out like fingers, kind of wrapping this field of force.
Butch is going to go over and investigate, because I'm awesome at that.
I will go over and investigate as well.
Orpheus is going to look over the side of the ship, see if he sees anything below.
Perception check for you, Orpheus.
Can I be helping Arnon?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, so you want me to do it at advantage then?
Yes, please. Hey, the dice are working now.
22.
Orpheus, you see trees, and that's about it.
Blind as a bat.
Arnon, with a 22 investigation check, you walk up to the bow of the ship. You kind of start maneuvering around, and what you see, like, you look down and you can see the inner decks open at the front. And you kind of put your hand out a little bit, and you feel, it feels like touching a wall. And where you touch, you see almost like this rainbow-esque ripple cast around your hand.
And that's going through the ship?
It appears that the ship impacted it, and then it splayed the front of the ship out.
Oh, so it like peeled the ship open like
Correct.
a banana?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my.
This ship is bananas.
B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
Alric!
Shit. Make my way onto the deck.
Can you detect magic or something?
Yeah, that's actually exactly what I'm going to do.
Wisdom 20.
Okay. And yeah, I'm going to over to this and see if I can pick up any magical shenanigans.
So you walk over. There is a strong abjuration essence coming from this area.
Healed magic. Okay.
You want me to
Alright.
jump on top and smash it?
Sure, why not?
Oh. Okay.
Wait, what are you doing? You're jumping on. You're trying to get onto the shield?
Do you think it'll be terribly safe or terribly unsafe?
Probably terribly unsafe.
Hey, Orpheus, you want to jump on top of this thing?
Not particularly.
All right, I'll do it. Do. We'll back up and take a running jump.
Okay, so you're attempting to jump onto the wall of force that you guys just ran into?
I mean,
Not saying the spell wall of force, I'm just saying it
It
is a
sounded
wall
like-
of force.
It's something like a wall of force.
now, will you describe it to me again? Is it something going inside the ship, or is it like we've hit a wall? All right. Tell you what I'm going to do, Elric. Let me throw a spear.
You're gonna. What are you doing?
Try that. Gonna
If anybody
Yeah,
has
I'm sorry,
control of the Twitch, look
javelin.
at the chat, please.
I'm logging in to do it.
Cool.
If anybody what?
throw it at the.
Oh.
Ban message in the Twitch.
I need a token for this computer. Unless you want to just take care of it, Nick.
Yep. Shit, I can't.
In the meantime, Orpheus is going to make his way back to Captain Sid at the helm and describe what it looks like up front.
Alright, deleted. Well, yeah, I can kind of see what it looks like. It looks like we fucking hit something.
Well, your ship's open at the front. I don't know if you want to back this thing up, but you might want to can it backwards so nobody falls out.
I mean, I would love to, but I don't really know if there's a possibility to back up a wind-powered vessel. It's not exactly there's not exactly a reverse gear in this thing.
How do you? Unrelated question. Just curious. How do you stop it?
Well, we don't set it on fire. That's for sure.
Huh.
It feels like a pointed statement.
It's
Odd
probably.
thing to suggest.
Have you ever tried it? I mean, it probably would work.
Shouldn't we turn the sails? We can go in a different direction.
I mean, we can try, but we're just gonna scrape against this thing.
Okay.
So I'm gonna. Let's do it.
I'm gonna try and push off with my quarterstaff.
So he rakes the wheel hard to starboard, and you hear this like nasty like grinding of like wood on steel almost, as it's like kind of edging, and you just see the vines from the front on the port side just like extending farther and farther out as it slowly creaks along, kind of like taking a piece of chalk and just like grinding it against cement. You're on mute, Perry. Oh, he's not talking to us.
While I can
That's probably
detect
not good.
magic, while I can detect magic, I can't dispel it yet.
Wonder what happens if we shoot a ballista at it.
Can I stick it with my sword?
You walk up to it and you start tapping it with your sword, and you hear ding, 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 ding.
Orpheus grabs the ballista and shoots it at like an angle so it doesn't ricochet back at us.
Okay, so you're turning
Just
it,
want to shoot it.
you're turning it slightly and shooting it in the general direction, but not directly at it, more or less.
Yeah.
So you launch it, and it doesn't seem to hit anything.
Huh.
I'm trying to push off this thing using my
So-
quarterstaff as a pole.
How far
So
away from the
either-
coven are we?
You are probably at this
We
point
still more than a day away.
traveling by airship. You would probably be a little less than a day.
So it seems that this barrier doesn't seem to encompass this whole area.
Did you throw a javelin, Butch?
Yes.
There's a javelin toss in the chat.
Yeah, I rolled a 20.
Okay, you throw
At the wall.
you throw a javelin at the wall, right through. Continues.
Huh. Am I able to find it with my quarterstaff?
So you walk up and just like Arnon did, just ding, 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 ding.
And Butch's javelin throw was straight ahead at it, right?
Yeah.
It still went through.
Yes.
Okay.
Why did it stop the boat?
So maybe if anything's touching a living being, it can't go through the wall.
Can we
But
throw
if
Butch?
it's inanimate and by itself, maybe it can pass through.
Did you just say you wanted to throw the turtle through the?
No.
I wonder if magic can go through it.
Well, my staff is not magical.
Arden's
Oh, right.
sword is, and it had the same effect.
Orpheus is going to try shooting a firebolt through it.
As you fire your firebolt, goes through and dissipates in the air.
So it's not a magical inclined
When we
barrier.
were when we were in the galley, I saw that you had a barrel full of goldfish that were still swimming. Maybe we could throw one of those since they're living.
That's not a bad idea, Ember.
But they're so delicious.
You're
They didn't give us our gold.
You're going to get a goldfish?
They
Yes.
smell like.
I'm getting a goldfish.
So you go down and you get one of these large goldfish. It's flapping around as soon as you take it out of the water. You take it up to deck, and you're just chucking the thing at the force field.
Yeah.
You see Ember walk up to the front of the boat, take this fish, and just like heave it, and it goes and slowly starts falling down towards the earth below, down towards
Can't
the
they
trees
fly?
below.
They were flying before.
Oh yeah, they were flying. Yeah, you're right. So it starts flying down, and then
I forgot how to fly.
I forgot how to fly, and then like pulls up at the last minute and
The
starts
goldfish
flying
forgot,
off.
of course.
Actually, no. I forgot that they fly. No, the goldfish actually. Rewind for a second. You go to grab it, and you chuck the goldfish, and it just slams right into the barrier and slides down like cartoon against the door.
So above board, I'm gonna pretend that never happened for roleplay.
Yeah.
But so my theory about living creatures must be right.
Can we back up and go around this thing? Oh yeah, he said you can't back up.
He's trying to turn it as while all this is happening, the captain is slowly still trying to like edge along it to get the ship turned around, but it's just scraping slowly,
All right.
like a couple inches every.
I'm gonna hold on to the side of the ship and then do a leg press.
You're gonna try and leg press a ship away from an invisible wall.
It floats. It's a floating ship. It's got to be buoyant.
Orpheus will help. Roll an advantage.
Make a
Might
strength
be bigger
check.
than you. Might be bigger than me.
At
but
advantage.
It's not bigger than you and me.
Yes.
So not athletics, just strength.
Sure,
Okay.
go athletics.
Hooray!
Guess what? It doesn't work because it's a big ass fucking ship.
Oh, okay.
You're pushing
24.
against this, and it's just, you're not. This is a multi-ton vessel you're trying to move with your legs. It's not gonna happen.
Orpheus now has hernia
Well,
conditions.
Oh, no.
Roll for hernia.
It's got its sails out too, with the wind pushing it that way.
Yeah.
Shouldn't we take the sails down?
They're trying
He's
to
trying to
use
turn it.
the sails to turn it away from this thing.
Did
I
Drift
think-
get knocked out of the crow's nest when they hit?
That's a good question.
I think that's a dexterity saving throw.
See if Wendy Douche fell on the
Wendy
deck.
douchebag.
Oh no!
Yeah,
The
he's fine.
deck just got douched.
Skadoosh.
He got rocked a little bit. He kind of fell backwards a little bit, but he was able to catch himself.
I think if this is any indication of what we can expect, and this is the way to the Twilight Coven, we probably can't take the ship any further.
Yeah. It's looking that way.
Are we in Twilight, Nick?
Yeah, it's pretty much perpetual twilight here.
Yeah, I figured.
A Twilight Zone, if you will.
No, I wouldn't, because I don't want to get sued.
let me
Fair.
try something, guys. Why?
Do you have dispel magic?
No. Butch draws upon the power of Twilight, gaining steps of night, and he starts to lift up in the air. It actually looks like he's stepping onto the Twilight. And off the ship towards the wall, see if I can go through it, or if it electrocutes me and I get thrown back 600 yards or something.
Doing the Jurassic Park test.
Yeah.
Yeah, you activate your steps of night. You start air walking. Believe it or not, Butch is walking on air towards towards the barrier, and you find yourself. You kind of reach out, and you find yourself kind of blocked by the barrier itself.
Well, guys, it doesn't seem to matter if I'm on the ship or not.
Matters to
Guys.
us, Butch.
Try going down.
I want to try something, but it's a little risky, and I might need a little help.
I'm gonna
Let's
go.
see if there's a bottom.
You were really butt focused. Let me descend a little and see if there's a space to get in closer to the ground.
How far are you descending?
I'll just keep going down with my finger on the barrier.
La. You continue going down. You're going down. You're going down. You still feel the barrier. You're getting fairly close to the treetops at this point.
While he's doing this, Orpheus goes over to Elric and asks him if he has a flying spell or feather fall he can give me.
Going down to the ground.
Well, maybe. If my plan works. Problem is, if my plan works, then I'm going to plummet. And I would rather not do so.
Okay.
Which is going to descend from the tree
Anyone?
line.
Anyone else trying to go down to the ground? Arnon.
I mean, eventually we're all going to have to go down to the ground.
I mean, has he gotten it turned at all?
Barely.
Here's what I'm going to try. I'm going to try to Misty Step through and see if it works. But if I do, I'll be up in the air. I'd rather not die.
Okay. So you want you
But you're
want me to
still flying?
put the spell in your spell storing ring?
Depends how long that takes.
It would literally take seconds.
Let's
Which
do
can
it.
you see if it goes to the side while you're flying?
Wait, say that again?
I
Me?
said let's do it to Elric, if that's what you're asking.
Okay, let's go.
So wait, what's happening here? Both of you are trying to Misty Step
Which
through?
spell are you putting in my ring?
I'm going to put Featherfall into your ring.
Okay. And then I'm going to proceed, once it's in my ring, to cast Misty Step and attempt to cross the barrier.
Okay, so you are trying to Misty Step through this. Hold on 1 second. Let me look.
Cast it in the Foundry just for the sake of casting it.
Go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw.
Route row.
Ooh, that can't be good. 9.
So as you Misty Step, as you conjure this magic and bamf out of existence, all the rest of you, what you see is Orpheus. Orpheus, what you feel is
Owie.
akin to what you can imagine. Have you ever heard the term spaghettification?
Okay.
Ooh.
Like going into a black hole?
Yeah, kind of. As you almost feel your atoms start being peeled apart from each other as you pass through this space. Oh, whoops. I forgot the /R.
You just see blood and guts spray out the other side
As
of
you
the
take
barrier.
24 points of force damage as your energy passes through this.
Ouchies.
10d6?
And then you find yourself free falling in space on the opposite side of this wall.
I cast the feather fall out of my ring for the.
Featherfall. So now you're slowly descending.
I'm sorry, you said 24 damage.
Yes. And everybody make a perception check for me.
Buddy.
Was there gore, and is it falling on me?
No. No gore that you
Ooh,
Okay.
that was a 13. Arnon didn't see much. I didn't see much,
But I know I love you. Sorry.
but I know he's fucked.
Yeah. Arnon with a 13, Ember with a 9, Elric with a 14.
We got our eyes peeled. We've got a bunch of Orpheus blood in our.
Butch with a 17. Butch is the only one that hears it. You start hearing once he passes through this barrier, you start hearing in the distance that warbling noise again.
Oh no.
Well, I better fly back up and warn everybody.
Coming from the direction of those tree houses.
As
Can I see Orpheus over there?
as I'm slowly descending, I'm trying to shout to them, "It works, but it hurts a lot."
Can we hear him?
Yeah. Well, no. Butch can. Elric can. Arnon hears a little muffle. Ember, you don't hear anything. With a 9.
Nothing.
As I get closer to the ship, I'm going to shout that something's coming.
Did you just go down to the tree line, or did you go down to the?
I went below the tree line.
You go all the way
Okay.
down to the ground? Does this
I don't
field go
know.
all the way down to the ground?
It went as... While you were flying, the field seemed to go all the way as far down as you flew.
As you were flying.
Yep.
Okay.
So can Orpheus hear us on the other side? Can we ask him to touch and see if it's in the ground from his side?
He's down really far at this point. So he probably would
Fly back
not-
down.
Just
Looks
give
like
the
we're-
Terminator thumb up as I go through the canopy.
Oh no.
Nice.
Okay, wait. I gotta jump in after him. Not like going through the shield. Like I'm just gonna jump overboard on the same side as Butch.
So you're staying on the same side. You're not jumping through the barrier. You're jumping into the barrier. You're jumping down on the same side.
Yeah. Before I jump down, I'm going to say, Arnon, Ember, Gwen. Let's make sure Orpheus doesn't die.
All right, fine.
And
I can
then,
feel the love.
and then I'm going to cast Featherfall on all of us as I jump over.
All right, I guess we'll just be here, trying to get ourselves out of this mess.
You might want to
Bye.
unbanana your ship.
Unbanana.
You can't put it back together once it's peeled.
I'm gonna need you to put the
Is-
toothpaste back in the tube.
So Gwen's like, oh, okay, I guess this is what we're doing, and just runs behind you and kind of like dives backwards, like
Try
trust,
jump and
like
slide
trustful.
down the shield, like a window.
You can.
What
Ar-
about Arnon?
I want to
Arnon.
make those dog faces.
So Arnon.
No.
Okay. Okay, here's what happens. Arnon jumps through the window, or jumps up towards the barrier,
Yeah.
jumps right through, and starts falling on the other side.
Oh,
He
no.
does.
He just goes straight through.
He just went straight through.
Oh my god.
Guys failed your awesome check.
You failed the licking of the thing.
What do I roll to catch Elric?
He's feather falling, so and you have steps
Yeah.
a night, so really nothing. He's falling extremely slow. You can just go down and scoop him up if you wanted to.
Do you
probably
scoop
fine.
me up?
Yeah, Butch goes to scoop you up, and then he's like, "Oh wait, you're probably fine."
You can put me down, Butch.
Yeah.
Gwen
I'll
is
check
still feather falling
put me down.
on that side. So Gwen and Elric are feather falling on this side of the barrier. Arnon jumped through the barrier and is feather falling down. Ember, what are you doing?
Before I jump, because he gave me feather fall, can I use the telekinetic shove to get the ship off of the force field?
Let me look at that real quick just to see if there's what's the word I'm looking for? Like weight
Weight limit.
limit for it. Where the hell is your?
It might be large or smaller.
I'm trying to find it on your sheet. Hold on. Where is telekinetic shove? Oh,
It's not a spell.
It's
It's,
not
on
a spell.
the
It's
features
an
tab.
effect. It's on the features tab.
It's a feat, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Check that.
Telekinetic shove. Oops, I didn't mean to cast it. Mage hand cantrip. You can cast as a bonus action. You can try to telekinetically shove one creature you see within 30 feet. Yeah, the fact that it's a creature, I'm gonna say the ship is not technically a creature. So
I mean, it is living.
it is living, but that doesn't mean it's a creature. But so you can attempt, but you see as you try and shove it, there's no there's no effect to it.
So I guess I'm gonna yell out Leroy Jenkins and swan dive off the side.
Are you going the way of Arnon or are you going the way of Elric and Gwen?
I have to go the way of Elric and Glenn.
Okay. So Leroy Jenkins.
Thank you.
And Butch,
I found a gif of Butch doing it.
Butch, you're still flying, right? Are you just
Nice.
Are you just heading down with the rest of them?
What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna jump towards the barrier and then end my steps of night.
Okay, so as you jump towards the barrier, you drop steps of night, and you see Butch just go right through without any issue and start free falling. Suddenly, Arnon, you just see this turtle past you. Or wait, no, you cast Featherfall on everybody, including Butch, didn't you?
But I was below the ship.
Oh yeah, he wasn't within
Fair
range.
distance.
He was not within range.
No, it would have been myself, Arnon, Gwen, and Ember.
Okay.
Can I cast it again?
Cast what? Steps of Night?
Steps of night. I can do it more than once.
Certainly try.
Okay. See if I can get it before I hit the ground.
The darkness envelops you, the twilight envelops you again, and you feel yourself levitating there in space, now on the opposite side of the barrier.
Cushiony.
So he fell past me and then stopped and I fell past him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like Arnon, you're going down and you see this turtle, whoa, and stops, and then you're just slowly drifting past him, and you're like, hey, Butch, what's up?
Butch just waves.
Hey,
How you
So
doing?
Butch and Arnon, you guys hit the tree line and start going through and find yourself landing fairly close to Orpheus. Ember,
Yeah, I'll walk down with him.
yeah, Ember, Gwen, and Elric, you find yourselves landing through the tree line, pretty much directly below the ship.
Guys, that really hurt. Did it hurt as much for you?
Oh yeah. Right here.
Yes, it totally hurt
you're
just
not,
as much.
You're not with him. You guys are separated by probably at least 100 feet at this point.
Oh.
You guys fell into
Even the ones that landed on my side?
No, the one Butch and Arnon are with you.
Okay.
Then Elric, Ember, and Gwen are on the other side of the barrier on the ground. Probably, and you guys don't see each other at this point.
Orpheus, may I heal you?
Yes, please. I'd appreciate that, Butch.
Oh boy, now I have to target Orpheus in the thing. Which means I have to get up to him because of the way the mechanics work.
Feel worse than I did after the last drinking escapade with Captain Sid and Rhett.
Ruh-roh.
Where is Orpheus? So small.
And while they're doing that, Gwen turns to you and is like, all right, so Elric, any idea where we need to go?
I'm going to point in the direction of, at least from when we were on the ship, where I remember the force field was.
Can we see the ship right above us?
Yeah, you can. I mean, you fell through a canopy, a pretty dense canopy, so you kind of lost the ship once you fell through that. You don't really have a line of sight to the sky anymore. It's just solid foliage.
There's 19 healing, Chris.
Thanks, Butch. That feels a lot better.
Always.
I'm going to...
Who the fuck is Chris?
Yeah.
Is that dwarf's name?
I was letting Chris know what to put on his character sheet.
Orpheus.
Orpheus?
I said Orpheus.
That's a very different character.
Better than Attic Chris.
I'm going to say this way, and then begin to walk off in the direction that I think
Make a survival
they
check.
are.
Or
Gwen
can't he
is
just-
with him, right?
Can't you just look up at the ship that's...
Foliage, canopy.
Well, we lost the ship. The foliage is that dense.
I tried that.
I mean, yes, Gwen's with him, but this is much funnier. You think you know where you're going? Yeah, it's gotta be this way. While you were coming down, you might have spun a couple times, so, but it's gotta be this way.
Can Gwen maybe think about it too?
I mean,
You said nature or survival?
survival.
She's like, Elric?
You're absolutely right. No.
16.
So, Elric, you're like, it's this way. And you start walking off, and Gwen's like, and grabs you by the shoulders and turns you like 20 degrees to the left. She's like, it's this way.
Right.
No.
And then I walk off in that corrected direction.
You walk through.
I shout over in their general direction. Elric, do not fireball us. We're over here.
Can we still hear the beast?
Make a perception check for me.
That's what I am making sure as we stand here.
Check for beast.
Fucking.
That's Gwen.
Oh, that was Gwen. Sorry. Fucking Gwen.
So you rolled a 5, so your perception would be
Plus 9.
so
Same roll.
14. Yeah.
Hey, my 15 matches my passive perception, which is always on.
You don't hear it.
Okay.
I would like to continue listening and watching.
Okay. You continue to not hear anything.
I will continue to not hear anything until I hear something.
Fantastic.
Continue listening until the paranoia sets in.
Have we found the force field yet, Ulrich?
Well, if we keep going this way, the way that Gwen corrected me, we should run into them any minute now.
From above you, you guys hear just that scraping of like wood on cement or wood on steel, just like, and then it stops.
That ship had better work by the time we get back.
If it's even there.
Oh, he gave me one
Let's
of
hold
these.
out hope.
Gwen pulls out a bag and starts flipping through. He gave me one of, I can get a hold of the captain, and she holds up this little, you see a little stone with a, like, embossed face with an open mouth on it. I think this is his. I don't know. I've got, like, 12 at this point.
Thinking about the stone with a face on it and all of the other parts that she collects. It would make sense that she has all of those.
I think I need to construct a box for those stones. Maybe one with several individual cells. We'll call it a cellular.
That's a good plan.
Yeah.
More on that later.
You guys
Put a
walk.
nice carrying case on it, or maybe a strap so it can be mobile.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I mean, she's got a bag.
As myself, Ember, and Gwen continue to venture forth in search of the rest of the party, have we found them yet?
I was just about to say, you guys walk for probably another, like, 2 to 3 minutes before you hear Orpheus shouting, "It's us! Don't fireball us!" And you're able to
For the
kind of...
love of Sunning Moonbow, do not fireball us!
You know, it's when he asked me not to that I really want to.
Orpheus, Butch, and Arden, make a dexterity save. All right, yeah, you guys. It takes a couple minutes, but you're able to kind of maneuver through the underbrush and come across the rest of your party.
So they don't encounter a wall.
Not while they're walking, they do not.
How'd you guys get through?
For what?
Get through what?
The wall we just ran into?
I look
That
around
sounds
to
like
see
a
if
you
I
problem.
see. Do I see any indication
All right.
visibly?
We didn't sign up for SAS, lady.
That was not part of the zone of truth deal.
So
What were you
what I
asking,
did,
Emery?
I was asking down here on the ground, do we see any visible indication of a wall?
Make me a perception check.
Perception. Come on, big money, big money.
You did not with an 8.
I see nothing and I drink to forget.
So weird.
well, Orpheus, I was using the Steps of Night as provided by the goddess, and then I deactivated it, and that allowed me to pass through the barrier. So I think it's I think it cares about magic that's being actively used.
Well, I shot a firebolt through it and it went right through, so that can't be quite it. Maybe it's related to being able to fly? The fish could
movement?
pass through, and I don't think it's magic, is it?
Didn't the fish hit the wall and then go and slide all the way down?
I mean, how else does a fish fly? It doesn't have wings.
Maybe it just prevents movement, like magical movement.
Perhaps it doesn't react to small arms fire. Not
Nice
that I
one.
plan on.
Can I roll for magical engineering?
I believe that's called Arcana.
Do they have an artificer?
Excuse me.
Before we all jumped off the boat, did anybody grab that pulsing orb thing that was leading our way, or can the captain throw that down to us, or?
It's just like those that way.
And call him on the sending stone and tell him to throw it overboard. We'll catch it at the bottom.
Oh my god, we're gonna have to walk all the way back to where we originally dropped just to get the damn thing.
I'll do it.
So you're asking Gwen to call the captain to drop the stone overboard?
Hey, Captain, funny story.
Do you still have
Answers
your
are
Steps
pointing-
of Twilight active? You can probably
Answers are pointing to yes.
only-
We
go
need
up
him
the
to throw it
canopy
over.
and catch it.
It only lasts a minute, so I need to cast it when I'm at the, like under the ship.
So Gwen takes out the sending stone and is like, Captain Sid, can you throw overboard the tracking crystal thing? We kind of forgot it.
To me.
To Butch.
Any one of us will do.
All right, I'll throw it overboard. Might want to make sure you catch it. I don't know how you're going to see it through the canopy, but you ready?
No. We have to get over there.
knowing that he can't, or you can't respond to him until tomorrow. All right,
Oh no.
catch. It's on its way.
How? Oh my god.
Catch it, Butch.
I take off running to look for a thing that's going to be falling in some direction.
It's what you guys asked for.
Yeah.
Make me an.
This is what's
Does he
happening right
catch it?
now.
Make me an
So I
ath.
roll survival
Make
to
me-
know the direction the ship is going in, and then
Yes.
athletics to catch up to it.
Yeah, exactly. Survival to know where to run.
Didn't he just see them?
Natural
walk from
20.
that
Yes.
direction?
All right.
20.
So yeah, you saw them coming. You know roughly where to go. Make me an athletics check to see.
No, wait a minute. Oh, 13.
But you just all see Butch just take off running.
Run into a fucking tree.
George up the jungle.
Butch up the
Oh
jungle.
no.
You see him running,
Oh,
and Butch, make a perception check for me.
it's a 13. It's not terrible.
No, it's not terrible, but that's why you're getting more rolls to do.
Yeah, 9.
So you start running and running. You know exactly where to
And
go,
running.
and I
running.
just kept running.
Oh no.
So
I'm kind of tired.
I think I'll go home now.
I think I'll go for a walk.
Wait a minute.
So
You're just gonna go home?
You guys get to go home?
you start running in that direction, and you get to the point where you're pretty sure you know where it is, where it's going to be, and you start looking up to the canopy. You think you got there in time. You're looking up. You're looking up. You're looking up. You don't see anything.
Dun, 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 dun,
You see
dun, dun,
nothing.
dun, dun,
You
dun,
you
dun,
don't
dun,
see
dun,
any
Look,
indication of anything falling through the sky or anything.
look up, Butch. Look up.
Ah. Butch is going to call back to you, Elric!
Oh my god. Okay.
I'm gonna go over there and look. Help him look on the ground for a flashing, shining, big green orb.
All right, so you
You
go
wanna
back, make
detect
a
magic over here?
make a perception check.
This looks like the part where I cast locate object.
Or just detect magic. But yeah, look at objects.
I got a 22.
22, Arnon, you start walking over there, and
It's probably in a tree.
you're looking around. And
I feel like we lost our golf ball. Like, who fucking got the leaf green golf ball?
Have you seen my baseball?
have you seen my baseball?
No.
Oh my god.
You walk over, and you're looking around in these leaves, and then you spot half of a green gem.
Half?
Yeah.
God darn it.
Oh my god. It's a good thing we are like within visual sight of them.
You look over a little bit, and it appears that it came down and landed on a large root, and you see shards everywhere.
Is it still glowing?
It does not appear to be glowing now.
I'm just gonna turn around and walk back the other way.
You guys literally told him to basically drop a crystal ball from like 50 to 100 feet in the air.
Hey,
To
this
Butch.
one's on Gwen.
To
All right,
Butch.
Gwen told him to eat it.
Butch was underneath the canopy. Even if he was
Yeah.
right there, he wouldn't have been able to see it coming.
I'm pretty
What?
sure since she's not here, it's Gwen's fault.
Yeah. Sorry, Sam. It's your fault.
Way to go, Sam. Way to go.
So Arnon
He knows
just
Butch
turns.
can fly, but he just dropped it. Okay.
Starts turning. Arnon just turns around and starts walking back towards everybody else.
It shattered. Shattered.
Well, we kind of know the general direction we gotta go, right?
Yeah,
Right.
so let's go that way.
Yeah, let's go that way.
Ember, go ahead and make me a survival check.
Oh yeah, you'd kind of be leading the way at this point.
I'm keeping eyes peeled.
Not very well.
and ears peeled for that thing.
With a 14, takes you a minute as you guys are walking, but you start seeing familiar landmarks from your time running this exact way away. You start seeing a few, unique boulders or trees that grew in specific patterns that you remember seeing. You can tell you're on the right path. You're not 100% confident in the path that you took, but you do recognize enough to know that you are headed in the right direction, at least the general right direction.
Yeah. I recognize these boulders here, guys, so I think we are going the right way.
Good. Good. Let's keep going.
Think she might be off her rocks.
Can you slow down a little, though? Because I got these little legs. I'm having a hard time keeping up.
She's our Jet Li from Expendables.
Yeah. We're going to go at your pace. You're in the lead right now.
Oh, I think I hit those boulders maybe a few hours after I left Outer Gates. I can't be sure because I was running around and lost. Of course, there is the danger if you follow me back, we're going to go on a twisty-turvy lost path instead of a straight direct path.
We're used to the indirect path. Unfortunately.
The worst
Let's
case
go.
scenario, we can find a clearing or get above the canopy and take a peek if we're going in the right direction.
Did we not just do that now? I mean, we are looking for the tallest trees in the forest. We should be able to see them from one of the shorter trees.
Or if he just looks around for a tree that looks safe to climb.
Make a perception check.
Oh, man. I rolled good. 15.
15.
Nice.
Yeah, you do. You find a tree not too far from where you're standing that is relatively thick, and it's got well-spaced branches that you believe it's fairly easily climbed, and it does seem to go above the majority of the other ones around it, so you could potentially get above the canopy to take a look.
Or if he's going to attempt to climb the tree and take a look to make sure we're going in the right direction.
Athletics check, please.
$16.
Yeah, without an issue. You climb up, you make it above the tree line. You start looking around. For the hell of it, give me another perception check now that you're up there.
Ooh, for the smell.
A 7.
Well, you can see the trees. You can see the tall trees because they're pretty easily viewable. They are the tallest trees in the forest, at least in this area. It does appear that you're headed in the right direction. It looks like if you continued on the path you are on, it would probably take you a good... You can guess probably 8 to 10 hours at walking speed to get there.
His walking speed or my walking speed?
Close enough to both. 5 feet
I'll
is
give you-
not going to make that much of a difference.
I'll cast Expeditious Retreat on you so you can...
Those little nubs.
All right, Orpheus is going to take a kind of a very specific memorization of the location that they need to go in and kind of orient his body on the way down so his body doesn't shift away from the point that he expects to go in,
Sure.
and then relays that information to the rest of the group.
So, as you guys continue to head out, that's where we're going to go ahead and call it for the night. So, it's a little early tonight, but we're at a good stopping point, and I have to get up early and take care of my children tomorrow. So, we will go ahead and call it there, and we will see you guys again on Tuesday at 8:30 Eastern Time at twitch.tv/thosenatural1s, youtube.com/@thosenatural1s, TikTok, and if I can get them working, Trovo and Kick. And we will see you on Tuesday. One session left until our in-person sitting around a table rolling real actual dice session on next Friday, the 26th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So again, thank you all for joining us, and we will see you next week.
Where hopefully we won't roll a natural 1 dealing with Trogdor the Burninator.
Have a fantastic evening and a fantastic week.